Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moyer. This is Good Morning LALALAND, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. Today is Transformation Tuesday, and we're going to talk about transforming your life and our life through the art of simplicity. So let's begin by knowing the truth. All of life is energy, and everything and every circumstance takes mental energy. And as we simplify, we get to direct our energy and have it expand with the people, the places, the things that we love.
Less is more.
Yep.
All right.
Amen to that. We have some experts in the house on this hashtag Transformation Tuesday. I'm so excited to welcome to the show the creator of Add Water, Serena Poon. Good morning, Serena.
Good morning.
And we have Melody Mezek, Simply Space in the house, master of transforming your space. Hello, Melody.
Hello. Good morning.
And world-renowned actress, philanthropist, Karen Taylor. Welcome to the show, Karen.
Hi, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. So here on Good Morning LALALAND, we love to start our day by knowing your morning routine. So tell us, how do you start your day off?
We'll start with that one. I actually just changed my morning routine last week. It's really cool.
Oh.
I love a cup of coffee and I love writing. So I was chugging a cup of coffee and free writing, which is really great for like unlocking creativity for me. And I would try to add meditation afterwards. But what would happen is my brain would just be like going. And I was like, meditation doesn't work for me. And I had a friend suggest that I flip the order. So even though it's difficult, I don't drink coffee at first and I meditate first, which makes me feel like I'm less terrible at it. And then I write after and then have my cup of coffee. And it's been working for me. I'm really feeling like more grounded and centered.
Yay, that's great.
Yeah.
Mind is very active. So first thing in the morning, last thing at night, it's the best time to sort of learn and practice meditation.
I do not operate optimally in my theta waves. I will tell you right
That's
now.
why it's great for meditating.
It's like barely functioning. Interesting. I'm going to have to try that. Serena, how do you start your day? I have a feeling you just add water.
Well, I mean, first thing in the morning, I do exactly what you're doing now. I meditate. I kind of go through a daily gratitude list and affirmation list first thing in the morning while I'm laying in bed, and it sort of zens me out. And I try to do it every day. I don't always, but usually I'll journal for just a few minutes because that's actually sort of meditative as well, setting my intentions for like my day or my week or what it is that I want to bring in. And then I have my warm cup of lemon water. So you guys have coffee and tea. I do my lemon water, followed with like a shot of wheatgrass and a glass of celery juice. That's before my matcha. So a lot of liquids in the morning, but it gets me going and I go all day long. And then after that, I have my Just Add Water. So my first thing in the morning.
Impressive.
That explains the glow, doesn't it?
Exactly. I was just going to say, if I could glow like her, I would think about drinking celery in the morning. So then I'll stick with
So
coffee.
great. It just sort of like flushes and detoxes everything that came out from the night before. So you sort of wash away your day, and then start a new day right away. And then you energize with Just Add Water.
Perfect. Karen, what about you? How do you start your day?
Well, for me, I need to connect with nature. So what I do is I either go out and spend time with our animals, intentional, not thinking about the chore side of taking care of them, but just actually being with them, being still. I drink tea and I journal. So
It sounds beautiful.
So relaxing. Beautiful women. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I know. Wow. Well, thank you all so much for being here. We're excited to talk.
Thank you.
So what's up? What did you do yesterday?
As I drink my coffee.
I'm feeling guilty. I'm not drinking celery juice.
I had a cocktail at the Bel Air Hotel. I'm feeling real guilty this morning. But I'm so excited because today on Transformation Tuesday, we'd love to share a few things that are transforming our lives, especially beauty from the inside out. So I was introduced to some great products this past weekend when I was at the Mr. Miss India and Elite Awards event. And Dr. J's Naturals was one of the sponsors. And often we get these gift bags and they're full of all these amazing goodies, but you wonder, does it really work? Let me tell you what, this all-natural skincare truly has been amazing. That is my glow. Despite how tired I am today, I can credit to this. And 10% of all the proceeds actually go back to charities of their choice, which is super exciting. And they gave me one of these, the Quick Sonic.
Oh, what's that do, Jez?
Well, it is a face scrubber
Wow.
Love that.
Deluxe, medical
Wow.
grade. There's over 15
Medical
settings.
grade.
Yes, super
Holy
hygienic,
smokes.
travel friendly. That's what it says right here. It says medical grade antimicrobial silicone.
That's incredible.
Where are you going to keep all these things? Like, I don't know how you're going to keep all the lotions, all the potions, all the gifts.
You know
all
what?
the things.
I love being able to, I'm so blessed to receive the wonderful gifts that we've been given here in Good Morning LaLaLand and this part of the community. So I love to try them, share them, and that's the most fun part of it. If it's something I truly believe in, I give it to my girlfriends and I say, you know what? This Dr. J's changed the eye puffy situation. Let me give this to you.
That's awesome.
You should try that.
I don't have that problem because associate producer Victoria Simone steals all my stuff.
Yeah.
She'll take it.
She took it all. Rob, you don't need that. I'll take that off your hands.
For me, I feel like I'm almost like a passage. I'm so grateful to receive what I've been given, and I'm so excited to give it in return. That's what's been such a blessing in my life.
I love it. Me too. I was actually clean. I've been like on this whole. Today's perfect for the art of simplifying because I've been cleaning out closets. Last night we literally, what is it called when you completely like take everything off of a computer and then put it back on?
I don't know. Clean.
Like defrag?
Okay, so
defragmentation.
No. It's like you literally take everything. You have to swipe the entire computer. So I have this gorgeous, huge Mac, like gorgeous in my living room, but it's all jammed up. So Sergio's like, okay, so he's like, big computer guy. So he spends the whole night and takes everything off of it. It works faster than my laptop now. Yeah. So I highly recommend. So I'm feeling like there's like this cleansing thing in spring and fall. I love the cleaning of the closets.
It is so cathartic, right? Oh my gosh, so
Completely.
therapeutic.
It's so perfect at the end of the season just to simplify your life so you can receive what's next, right? Which is why we have Just Add Water on the show today, totally simplifying our healthcare as well. All you really have to do is add water. You get all the nutrients, the vitamins and the minerals that you need for the day, literally by adding water.
It's amazing.
Keep it simple.
Yes.
Right? I love that. So let's take a look. We had talk about simplifying. We've had some incredible, not simplistic shows around here. We've had some very complex shows, incredible guests, but let's take a look at the rewind right now.
But with this opportunity comes a lot of responsibility as well. Tell us a little bit about that and the charities that you're involved with.
Well, it's definitely a big responsibility because everyone they like look up to you because you have a big role now.
There's so much science in the book as well that you may not be able to receive this past life regression therapy thing, although I think this will open doors to folks who abide by science and therefore can make a leap into the spiritual. I am definitely one of those cats who loves folks who are hardcore scientists and have found their way to the spiritual.
Amen.
Through the spectrum.
It's given me much greater perspective because you're able to kind of, like you said, to kind of have an out-of-body experience in the sense that you distance yourself from, your real world and you put yourself in these other people's shoes. And, in this particular film, you get to ask yourself, what would you do if you were in this guy's shoes? And thank God you're not in this guy's shoes.
And it brought a huge respect and awareness that is another one of my platforms, which is about homelessness. All over the country, but specifically in our backyard. Homelessness is the epicenter of our country, is right down in LA and specifically down in Skid Row. So it got me, even though the atrocities came to my life, it gave me ability to really see what I wanted to talk about and how we can combine our efforts and really make a solution.
Tess went from homeless to the White House, sharing her very personal journey with us. It was so inspiring.
So inspiring.
Very touching, for sure.
I love the theme of mindfulness. It's always
right? I know we're going to have to do that, Mindfulness Monday instead of Motivation Monday. We've done Manifestation. Now we're going to have to do Mindfulness. I can't talk today. I'm done.
And our guest, Pakistan, it was so incredible, and she was very vulnerable too in sharing about her anxiety and depression and really how mindfulness reprogrammed her brain. Now she's just this happy, shining light. Wrote this great book, Mindfulness Matters. It's available on Amazon.
Former news anchor?
Former news anchor. It's really incredible, really, the conversations we've had. It's like life school here for me.
It is, right?
Yeah,
And it's profound to me that, with the guests that we always have, you always know they're going to be fantastic, but every time you start actually having the conversation with them, it goes so much deeper than you imagined. And they all have their areas of expertise that maybe they make money off of, but then they have these other areas of expertise that you would never have imagined they had. So I always find those conversations so interesting.
So interesting. So let's get on to Transformation Tuesday. And today we are transforming through the art of simplification. And I'll never forget, years back, I don't know it was an Abraham Hicks video or whatever, a talk she was giving on the vortex, and how basically if you give away something to the universe, if you let it go, whether it be physically or mentally or whatever, it holds a sacred space for what you are committed to come into your life. And I know it's so silly, but I remember years ago cleaning out my closet and going through and like actually thinking, what do I wear and what do I not wear? And I like put it into those 3 piles, like definitely keep, maybe, and hell no, if you will. So, and I gave it all away, and I gave a bunch of stuff away. And I remember I was like, oh, there's like it was really hard. I'm like one of those people that hold on to everything. And sure enough, like within a week, like things just showed up. I don't know what happened, but somebody gave me like this beautiful purse and a gown and whatever. And I was just like, there is a magic that happens when we clear out our life for something bigger to arrive. And so
true. The universe abhors a vacuum, right? So it just sucks things right into that open sort of void-like space. It's so true. I've done that multiple times in my life where I've just like wanted to start fresh. And sometimes I think too, which is under, I guess, valued, is that, you know, the things in your life, the people you know, they all have energy attached to it. And so when you want to be intentional about your energy, sometimes it's good to just revisit, you know, the people and the things in your life and how you're sort of spending your energy. I think this is a huge part of simplification.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just amazing how much your entire life can transform when you transform your space, whether that's decluttering or really just picking up and moving to a whole new space. As you said, you know, just it really from the inside out, it can be a soul journey, not just a space journey.
Right.
Yes.
I remember also a coach would have me, he said, this was years and years ago, he said, write down what the core areas of your life that you care about. And it came to like 5 for me. It was, you know, of course, my son and family, dancing at that point in time, my spiritual work, and traveling. I think that's what it was. And he said, basically get rid of everything else that doesn't serve in those things that are really important to you. So I I gave away my golf clubs. I told you guys that before. I literally gave my golf clubs to my mom, brand new clubs. I was like, I don't see myself golfing. It's like something I do like once or twice a year. It's not going to happen. So I just like cleared it out, and it was so simple, because then anytime an event came up in my life, anytime anything, I just thought, is this really what I want to invest my time and energy into?
Oh, Erin, it's
just
everything.
simplified it.
It's everything. Like, I don't know how I lived for so long without really clarifying my purpose, or at least like my top goals, not just for the next 5 years, but for my life. It's like once you identify the main thrust of your life, the main purpose of your life, you can so easily reverse engineer for all the little decisions, and you realize how much of your day and life is spent on non-essentials, right? So all of a sudden everything becomes streamlined. So for me, identifying your purpose is one of the best ways, quickest ways to simplify your life. It's easy and effortless.
Well, by letting go of the non-essentials, you're really creating space for the universe to create new opportunities that will serve you in your purpose, right? And that's the most incredible, beautiful thing, because I lived in like this FOMO state for a long time, being fear of missing out. So I would say yes to everything, and I still probably say yes to more than I should. I'm guilty of
We love that about you, Jo.
I know, I accept it. However, I have created a certain amount of space in my life, and in doing that, the universe has really shown me I've got your back. It's okay. You know, I got rid of so many things. I didn't have my clothes anymore, and I had a week's worth of clothes, and a designer showed up with 2 suitcases and the most beautifully, perfectly fitted designs just for me. I had space for it. I had a need, and it was letting go of the fear of, I have to have all of my things because I'll never get more things. And letting go of those things, I was able to receive.
Oh, you just nailed it, Jez. I love that. And I'm a firm believer that the richest man or woman is not he who possesses the most, or possesses the most, but he is which is possessed by the least. Hello, can I get it out?
I know.
Basically, the person that needs the least.
We need a vacation.
Holy smokes, I need more coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, but it's so true.
It's so true, but I do think it's simplifying. It's such a cool conversation, because you can do it, you need to redo it like at least a couple times a year for me.
Yeah.
Maybe quarterly, whatever it is. So I'm excited to hear all the conversation about simplifying.
And don't you feel like a huge part of it is just simplifying what's here?
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like I think
Good luck with that. Oh my God.
Is that tough?
It is that tough. I had an appointment with Dr. 1111.
Dr. 11? That sounds serendipitous.
Serendipitous.
That's so la.
Yeah, just wait. It gets even crazier. So, and she'll definitely have to come on the show. I had this moment where I was meditating over the weekend. I thought, you know what? Yeah, I should see a therapist. Maybe I should talk this out with somebody. Sliding into my DMs, Dr. 1111. I was like, what are the chances? As I have this moment. And if you're a viewer of the show, you might know that one of our recent psychics, I asked for a message from the other side. And the only thing they said was, 1111. I thought, this is too weird, you guys. This is too weird.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when can I come in? Sign me up. So I went in yesterday. And her whole message to me really was like, forget about all of the other peripheral worries you've got. Simplify this. Work on yourself and everything else will get fixed. Because I'm like so worried about how am I going to fix my romantic life and my living situation and my finances and this, that, and that. And she's like, whoa, you're overextending all of this. She's like, simplify it.
Oh.
You, babe.
Love.
Just you. And I was like, Dr. 1111.
Dr. 1111. Making it happen.
Right on point today.
It's so true though. Like, and that's been an experience in my life. And I think, Dr. Erin, you would agree that like when I've basically sought peace, everything else falls in line, but when I seek everything else, I never have peace and I never get any of this stuff that I really want anyway. It's exhausting.
Spinning and recalculating. You can't find yourself anything because you're floating in all of it. It's like, simplify it.
Totally.
Just back to basics. Just be you.
Shout out Dr. 1111.
That's right.
All right.
Seek the kingdom within, and all other things are done onto you, right?
It's spiritual.
For sure. So let's talk to our guests today about how they are simplifying their life in their health, in their finances, in their relationships, and in their creative expression. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network with my favorite girl.
I'm Jessica Lee, producer and co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand. So Victoria, tell me what happened this week in Focus?
So we had the Ren Wood Show
with the hilarious Ben Glebe.
Yeah, we had Mama Tix
with Harley Ruda, the potential next congressman of California.
Oh, we had Dr. Nina actually in the house.
It was an incredible show. Meredith O'Connor was here. You've definitely seen her on YouTube. And we also had Cole Woods, the modelpreneur.
We have 2 new exciting shows. Some of them you may know from the Bachelor franchise. We had Josh Murray, Naked Chats. Yes,
and Josh Murray.
We had Demario Jackson in the hot seat.
We're so excited to welcome Lindsay Palis to the Focus family. She's got a new show, Eyes Up Here, and had a very special guest, Drama.
Speaking of Lindsay Palis, she was on Good Morning LaLaLand.
Yes, she was. We had a week full of very special guests. We also had a reality star from Real Housewives of Orange County, Gretchen Rossi.
Another Real Housewives of Orange County, we had Peggy Tanos.
And the jet guy, Hunter Gaylor. He is a man with a plan and a plane.
We had a special episode of Good Morning LaLaLand.
We did. It was co-hosted by Dr. Sandra Lee. You may know her as Dr. Pimple Popper. She brought in a slew of amazing industry guests. I'm so excited for you to take a look.
Have a divine day.
It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand. And of course, we have a lot of fun here at Focus TV. We have a blooper reel hosted by Brittany Zonka.
The change is starting happening. It's nope, bad take. Nope, nope. Oh, sorry, I messed up. I was talking to the guest. It's a little fast. I bet you don't have one of those in your phone. Nope. Andy's like, damn it, I'm doing things over here. Usually I'm a one-hit wonder with my videos, but right now, how many takes are we on, Andy? Woo! Okay. I think it's maybe take 12. Nope, messed up one word at the end. It's gonna drive me insane. Listen, I've never done so many takes in my life on one video. That was a good one. Good? You like that one? Are we gonna do a blooper reel? Andy's like, you're already on all of them.
Thank you so much for tuning into This Week in Focus.
We're hashtag community powered.
We gotta go. Oh, okay.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLaLand. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome Miss Karen Taylor to the show. She's a world-renowned actress, philanthropist, and mother of 5.
What?
Girl, I don't know how you do it all.
Thank you. Yeah, I say chasing around the kids is a good way to keep fit.
I would imagine.
And being somewhat of an animal whisperer, right? How have these animals transformed your life?
Oh, they're amazing. And the first thing I want to say is that I truly believe that every one of us has a unique gift that we have to offer the world, and that all of our life experiences and talents and interests all prepare us for this one perfect purpose. So as I look back through my life, I feel that everything has really come together. And so now I feel that I'm really living out what I should be doing, my true purpose. And so I have tons of energy about it and passion. And the animals have just been connecting with nature, and working with the animals has been really powerful. And the animals really have a lot of parallels to human life, and that's what I enjoy.
So true. So tell us, because you have 5 children and you're an actress and you do all this work, philanthropic work, how do you simplify? How do you keep it simple so that it's not too chaotic for you?
Well, I heard when you were talking before about just, you know, you had to get your categories straight. And that's what, because it's so easy to say yes, 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 especially when it comes to philanthropy, because you want to help everyone. So you want to say yes, yes, yes. And I'm so guilty of that. I want to people please. I want to do everything for everyone and then put myself last. So what I've finally learned is that I have to put myself and my needs first, and I actually am able to do more. So I try to focus on that. Like, what do I need out of the day? And I do that first, and then I do the other list, because I used to just start off with, the kids need this, my husband wants this, I gotta do this for the animals, oh, this person wants me to do this, oh, the neighbor, oh, they asked me to volunteer, and I was just run down.
Totally depleting.
Yeah. So what do you need? Like, what is a day when you go, I need to take care of myself first? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so I really need to connect with nature. So being out here, I didn't have my animals, but I walked on the beach in Malibu, and that was incredible, and just sitting out there and listening to the ocean. And then as I moved into a local hotel this morning, I went out, just like, you know, breathed in, listened to the birds. And so really connecting with nature is important to me. And then journaling and just having a little space and quiet time where I don't have anyone around me. And I've tried to do that with my kids, because they've had quiet time their whole lives from 1 to 2:30. That they each have to go to their own rooms alone. And I think that's really important to have alone
that's
time.
profound.
It is profound. So important to learn to love your aloneness.
I'm figuring it out though. So tell us a little bit about Weisberg Stables and what you've done with Unbridled Power.
Yep, so Weisberg Stables is our family farm, and it's 20 acres. And just recently I realized I have over 250 animals, because I never wanted to count the animals before, but the kids were kind of playing, and I wanted to be the fun mom that day, so I played along. And so now, yes, we have 250 animals.
What kind of animals are at these stables?
I breed miniature horses, and we also have regular size horses, donkeys, emus, goats, potbelly pigs, llamas, guinea pigs, rabbits.
You have just
wallabies.
The biggest heart of anybody I've ever met. 5 kids and 250 animals.
That doesn't sound too simple.
I know.
No, it does. No.
I know.
So great.
So,
well, I just wanted to know how you're working with the foster care system, and really how your stables have become therapy for the community you've created.
right. So one of the things that we offer first is the environment. A lot of kids that are at-risk youth are not living in an environment that can connect them with nature. So when they come to our farm, it's a little bit like an oasis, and a lot of them have never even seen a chicken or anything like that before. They're always amazed when they go in the chicken coops and get the eggs, because eggs come in many colors. We also have peach and pink and green eggs and blue, so they love that.
Oh,
they always
natural.
think they can put them under their pillow and get a chicken the next morning. So I have to explain that to them. But so basically we bring them out, and so first is the environment, the change of environment, the peace, nature, the calm. So I try to share that with them. And then there's the connection with animals, the connecting with nature. And I talk to them about every living thing has a language, and body language is 80%. So I talk to them about reading body language in animals and how animals are always reading their body language. I talk to them about different vocalizations that animals have, and one of the things that's always interesting is guinea pigs have one vocalization that they only use with humans. They want to connect with us so much that they've created one vocalization they only use with humans, and that's
squeak?
to ask for food. The week, week, week sound, that's only with humans.
Wow.
All the other chips and chirps mean different things, and they say that to each other. They never week at each other. They only week when they want some human to give them attention or food.
So incredible. I love your work. I love, because I think a huge part of simplicity is about increasing your sensitivity, increasing your self-awareness and emotional intelligence so that you can connect better with yourself and with others. And that's precisely what you're doing there at the stable. So what kind of results do you see when you help kids with basic skills?
Well, one of the things we do with our equine assisted learning program, Unbridled Power, is we use the horses to teach life skills. So we put the kids in teams, because teams to humans are like herds to horses. And so they team up with a horse and a few other kids, and they have to do these obstacles, think out of the box. It really puts them, working with a big horse can be intimidating, but they're also flight animals, so they respond to stimuli really quickly. So you can't lie to a horse. You can lie to a therapist, you can lie to yourself, but you can't fool a horse. They can hear your heartbeat 150 feet away. And they really want to feel safe, and horses in particular look for a leader. So just like in groups of people, if you're not going to be the leader, some horses will take over and be the leader. And some horses that aren't comfortable will be very intimidated and want to get away from you because they're like, I'm not going to be safe here. So by having the kids work with the horses, they learn more about themselves. They understand maybe what they're projecting. Even so, some of your kids that project like a really tough demeanor might really be hiding a lot inside. And likewise, someone who's looking very peaceful on the outside might have a lot of strong negative energy on the inside, and the horses pick up on that. So when we teach them about that, we allow them to be aware of themselves and others, which is a big concept for kids. And then especially our at-risk youth, you know, what they need to do to stay safe in their neighborhoods, the body language that they take on doesn't always work for them in other situations when they go in for the job, and they're very, you know, I want to say almost like predatory in nature, just, you know, the intense eye contact, and that's unsettling to people, and they don't realize the response that they're getting. But when you do that with a horse and you see the response and you learn to adjust yours.
Interesting. It sounds like there's a lot of universal teachings in that the universe and our subconscious already knows, like, you can't lie to that either. And it seems like life's constantly pushing us. Like if we don't know what we want and we're not leaders, it's going to constantly test us to try and have us find our leadership. Did you always know? Did you always know what you wanted out of life?
No.
No. What was your little bit of your own growth in discovering this path?
I would say, you know, when I used to be out here and I first started in the business, I wanted to work. So whatever anyone wanted me to be, that's what I wanted to be. You know, oh, you're this girl. Okay, great. I'm that girl. And so even feeling like my interests, the things I were interested in, if anyone was like, oh, that doesn't seem cool, I was like, oh yeah, I was just joking about that. I wasn't really into animals and stuff now. So, but then as I became a mother, I focused on them, and I really, I mean, I knew I always wanted to be a mother, and I enjoyed that. And it was through my kids that I was able to really find myself, because I just was so focused on them that I didn't really worry about what other people thought of my opinions. And as I was trying to help my children find their special things and their gifts, mine started to come to the surface as well, because your kids learn more from what you do than what you say.
So true. So
That's
true.
beautiful. Well, thank you for being such a light and a living example. Tell people where they can find you and come to your stable.
Oh, sure. So we're in Jupiter, Florida, and we have a website that's weisbergstables.com, a Facebook page, and an Instagram with the same name.
Love it.
Perfect.
Check it out.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Well.
Roll.
Drum roll, please. Part of the Focus TV family, Ms. Kelly Gores is gracing the cover this month. She is the filmmaker behind the Heal documentary. We have a very special interview with Mr. Mark Teschner, Ellen Racketon, and of course some incredible people. We even have a special video about it as well. It's very near and dear to my heart, because this issue I actually was the managing editor.
You did so much work, Jazz.
Yeah,
big shout out to Andy and you and everyone that has been involved, for sure.
Thank you, Andy, for the opportunity to be such an active part in this community.
Speaking of empowerment, Jeslyn, you crushed it.
Right?
Oh, Oh,
boy.
thank you, Rob.
You are a power player, girl.
I really appreciate that. I couldn't do it without the both of you. You are my enlightenment. You are my life school every morning. So thank you for letting me be a part of your community.
So for people that haven't seen the documentary, let's just give them a little overview of what is the documentary. We're going to show the trailer in a minute, but from your perspective, tell them a little bit about it.
Yes. So the film, the film is basically showing people how incredible the body is and how we're designed to heal, and how big of an impact our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions have on our physical body. So, as you guys were mentioning before, those 9 healing essentials that people, tapped into, only 2 of them are physical. The rest were mental, emotional, and spiritual. So that I look at as kind of the ratio for what you need. If you want to heal physically, you really need to bring in the emotional and mental factors. And we see it in the placebo effect, how what you believe affects your biochemistry and your physiology. So belief and the mind-body connection is very powerful.
Good morning, LALALAND, and we have the huge honor of being with Lillian Garcia.
Oh my God.
This month, gracing the cover of the Influence issue
Look at that.
magazine. Thank you
Oh my
so
God.
much for
It's a
being
beautiful
here.
picture.
So gorgeous. Holy crow. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I mean,
It's beautiful.
you guys have no
It is.
idea what this means to me.
It does?
Yeah, it does. I tear up like so easy sometimes, but no, this is great. Thank you.
Of course, is the cover. Gorgeous.
Oh my God,
gorgeous
that is
cover.
so awesome.
And we have a little surprise for you, which is your article within the magazine.
This is
and the
so
cover.
amazing. Holy moly, what is
There we
going
go,
on? Oh my
Biggie.
God.
Oh,
Yes. When I'm out of town, I will leave that for my husband.
Welcome back to Transformational Tuesday. We're talking about transforming your life through the art of simplicity. And no better person than the co-founder of Simply Space, Melody Messick. How are you?
Pleasure. Great. I really like this theme, obviously. I'm all about it.
Well, you're clearly a professional, so tell us what is Simply Space?
Yes. So Simply Space is an organizing company. We come into people's lives and we organize their homes, their digital life, their photos, their paper, anything to create more simplicity, order, efficiencies, to boost productivity. And the reason we do it is because we believe that with order and simplicity, you're able to unlock your potential.
Well, what about this is so fulfilling for you?
Honestly, transformations are really inspiring to me. I love seeing people create shifts. And I think that creating simplicity and clearing away the clutter, clearing away things that are holding people back, you can see it act as a catalyst for what's coming up next. You guys were speaking about that earlier. And to see it in such a, we work really, we work hand in hand with our clients. So we get to know them. We get to know what their struggles are, what their obstacles are. So to work with them and see them shift, it's really inspiring.
So I was in this leader course years ago, I don't know, 15 years ago, and it was a year-long program, very intense. And the first week, our homework assignment was to go clean our entire house and get rid of anything that was clutter and organize everything in our house.
Wow, and
right?
how did you feel?
It was because the concept was without integrity in all areas of your life, none of your life works. And I think that I'm so on board with what you do, and I want to know all your hacks and tips and tricks around it. Right?
Because 15 years later, we need to hear it
I
again.
still need it. Obviously, I'm still not in integrity. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like training. It's like working out with a fitness coach. You know, it's a constant practice. It's something you have to come back to, and you can create a system that works for you a decade ago, and it no longer works for you because your life has changed.
Right. So what do we do? So you come into a client's house. How does it begin?
Yes. So it's easiest to speak about spaces because people can imagine spaces. So we have a 3-step process we always do. And the first is simplify. So what you did in your home all those years ago, we pull everything out. And we do that for a reason. Number one, it makes you realize how much you have. You know, when you see everything together, you're like, oh, I have 27 pairs of scissors. Maybe I don't need 27 pairs of scissors.
But see, that part is like the scary part to me. I do not want to create more of a mess before I have it together.
We always say it gets worse before it gets better, but if you feel that way, I would say just start in one cabinet. Start on a shelf, start on your desktop, really keep it small. Because it's true, if you're not working with a professional and you're like, it's a Saturday afternoon, let me tackle this. Number one, you should spend your weekend relaxing and recharging, not creating a terrible mess.
But I would say just a little bit at a time really helps people feel less overwhelmed. But it does get worse before it gets better, it really does.
Remember the analogy or the metaphor of doing that with a cabinet. In order to make it organized, you've got to take it out and it feels very cluttered. There's chaos, everything, but then you put back in exactly what you need and it's very orderly. So take us through something like our closet, because I think that all of us can organize many things, but our closet may be the hardest thing because we have so many different, especially in LA, we have so many different occasions, different events. How do you structure their closet?
Yeah. So we actually many times will bring in a stylist with us to organize alongside us, because a big piece of organizing your closet is to figure out what's working for you. What do you feel great in? What looks good on you? You know, we'll do like a color analysis. You know, pulling everything out and asking yourself simple questions. Have I worn this in the last year? Why not? You know, is it because I forgot I had it and it's mixed in with everything else and I actually really love this thing? And really simplifying, getting rid of anything that you're no longer wearing, has a hole, doesn't spark, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard of The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, this very popular book that I gave professional organizing more awareness. And the author, Marie Kondo, talks about, does it spark joy? And so if you don't know where to start, just think about that. For your clothes, it should spark some joy. And then from there, group like with like. The second stage of our process is streamline. So that's where we maximize storage. So think about, you know, should I add a shelf? Should I, you know, add bins? How can I really make this functional? Do I need a dresser for wardrobe specifically? And then the last piece is styling it. So color coding it, folding your clothes in a way that makes it really accessible. The truth is we get dressed every single morning, so that may make that process a little bit easier on yourself, and also you're excited about it.
I have a feeling that Rob's is like,
amen to that. You're thinking about stuff right now. I can see it all lined up day by day. Yeah, so, and I love this, and I'm learning so much. What would you say is the hardest part of what you do?
For me or for the client?
Both.
Okay. For me, it's quickly understanding where my client is coming from, where they are in their life. And the process, honestly, we kind of learn it as we go. We kind of dive in, we pull everything out, and it's through conversation with them that I can really see where they get stuck, what the thing is that's challenging them. For my clients, it's dealing with the past, because a lot of times the things in our homes and on our devices, they represent the past. And that can bring up a lot of emotion. And so it can be kind of a challenging process, but that's why they like to, you know, even if you don't want to hire a professional, just invite a trusted friend over.
So you're like a therapist, basically.
Totally.
Yeah, it's like, now I'm doing
totally
this,
see
right?
that, absolutely.
Completely.
Yeah, yeah. It can be very much like therapy.
Which is why you have a new book deal.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so my business partner, Monica Lead, and I are writing our first book this year. Writing a book is hard.
Writing is really rewriting, and rewriting is really editing.
Yes.
Which is essentially what you do, actually, with your career. But I think it's what, then really the theme of today is, it's about editing your life, really, right?
Yes.
So you're writing this book.
Yes, and the thing is, because we care so much about simplicity, we're trying to say everything as simple as possible, which is really challenging.
Yes.
So then you're overcomplicating the simplifying.
Exactly.
In fact, Einstein, I love that you said that, because Einstein always said that if you can't explain it simply, you don't know it well enough.
Yep.
And so that's really the challenge. I've
Yes.
heard somebody else say, like, essentially, if I would have had more time, I would have written a shorter book.
Yes.
I know that's true with me. I don't know about Dr. Erin, but I would have written it in 10 pages. So I could
I think that writing a book, it's very similar to organizing someone's life, because you've got to think of all the stuff, funnel it down into what are the actual points, and saying it succinctly. It's the same thing as organizing your closet or doing anything, right? I mean, it has very similar aspects to it.
I'll have to think of it in that way.
Right?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also live streaming every Monday. Tell us a bit about the show.
So we just started this month, and the month of August was Digital Organization Month for us, and next month is Emergency Preparedness Month. So every Monday morning we start off the week by talking to either one of our organizers internally or an expert, and we just break it down for people, because a lot of times people are like, how do I do this? And it's such a big topic because our lives are complicated. So simplifying and organizing your life, it has a lot of components. So we're excited about it. We're doing it every Monday morning.
Does it have a title?
Not yet, and I can't say even if it did. But
The title is probably I found one of the hardest parts of writing the book.
We have a
I think it's the writing, but okay.
We have a bunch, and it keeps
That's good.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, well, you let us know.
It's so important. Simplifying our lives gives us order, and we know when we have order, we have harmony. And piece. So thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to watch your lives. So I need to simplify in so many ways.
You guys are a little busy on Monday mornings. So.
Yeah, I'm going to do the replay.
There you go.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
We're Simply Spaced wherever you can find us. Social media, website is simplyspaced.com.
Nice.
So simple.
Love it.
Thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning La La Land.
Sounds
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets, a completely, no, hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over? Today's guest is the founder and CEO of Viva Glam magazine, Glamour, no, sorry, hang on a second. Today's guest is an 8-time stand-up paddleboard, shit, hang on a second, I'm sorry. The heavyweight, the UFC middleweight. I totally fucked that up. Hang on a second. Today's guest is a medical doctor who utilizes the, fuck, why am I? Motivational, I fucked up, hang on a second. Oh shit, really? Damn it, Andy.
She's like, I like the black. Most women do.
I hope you're filming. Were you recording?
She's like this.
Oh, I actually hope that you're filming.
I'll stop.
Those would be good, actually, for promotion. No, wait, I'm just getting started. Yes, a golden secret. It's no longer a golden secret.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I am so excited to welcome to the show, 1 second, Ms. Serena Poon of Just Add Water, the creator, the founder, and keeping self-care so simple for us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to bring this to you guys.
You're a walking goddess. I was so impressed by your morning routine.
Wow. Seriously.
Honestly, I'm inspired.
You know, try it for like a week. You will feel the difference. You'll see the difference in your hair and skin. And you know, at first it feels a little tough. You're like, wow, there's 3 things I have to do. But then it really just becomes routine.
So tell us again, you do the lemon water.
I do every morning, and that's what I tell all my clients. So warm lemon water, it's the first thing that you put into your body, and it just kind of helps detox and alkalize everything. And it sounds like, oh, if you're in a routine, you think you want your coffee or your tea, but it's just about starting a new routine and teaching your brain a different thought. So that sort of flushes everything out. It actually wakes you up. And then we do a little shot with like wheatgrass, and sometimes add a little apple cider vinegar and a little bit of silver, which I didn't say earlier. And then I do celery juice. And then after that, I'll have like a matcha or my Just Add Water.
You know what I love so much about you, Serena, is that you've really embraced self-care and the fact that it's a necessity, not a luxury. Because for so many women, for so long, and men too, we haven't prioritized self-care.
Yeah.
It was a luxury to have a spa day. It was a luxury to take a moment to drink your water, to have your juice, or to really take a moment to have your vitamins and your supplements. But in prioritizing that, you've built an incredible business. Tell us about that.
Well, it's exactly what you said. You know, we don't prioritize ourselves, and we're all so busy running around. And literally, as soon as you wake up in the morning until you go to bed at night, you're kind of doing things. Even when you're meditating, it's doing something. So I just wanted to make it really easy for you to at least get all your vitamins and nutrients in one day, as simple as possible. And this is like a powdered blend of. There's like 35 amazing ingredients in it. We've got like 7, 8 super greens that they're the things you might not want to put in your body on a regular basis. It's like, you know, broccoli or artichokes. People might not want to eat these things, so we have them raw, organic, you know, dried up, and you just dump it all together with some water. It's chocolate flavored, and you get, you know, all these antioxidants and your prebiotics and probiotics. It's really, really like a one-shot thing.
What about the rest of your life? How do you personally simplify your life?
Well, I mean, I have little sort of tricks and hacks, you know, and obviously just add water is one of them, but it is about being very present. So, you know, I feel that is one thing that we can do for ourselves at any part of the day that really helps sort of bring everything together. So whether you're being present in a moment with your kids or with your food, you know, I do energy work as well. So, you know, sometimes people just say a prayer for their food, or I do a little bit of Reiki. It's that sort of presence. It really sort of makes all your thoughts melt away for just a moment, and that really helps, you know, sort of structure your day.
Absolutely, I love that. I think the ultimate simplicity is recognizing that the only moment that truly exists is the present moment. I just love that. Was that a struggle for you, getting to that place where you?
You know what? It was. Yeah. To be really honest with you, it's been sort of like it's been a path and a journey for me, because I've always been. I'm Chinese. You know, I'm first generation born here, Asian American. So you know, you're kind of taught to like go, study hard, work hard. You know, it gets you to where you need to go, and you know, you burn long hours, and that brings you success. But that's not always the case, because it's not a balance. You know. So absolutely, you know, learning to just be present, you know, and being aware and putting that in sort of every little part of what you do.
I have a question then. What do you do for your hair? Because whatever you do, you must do something very simple, because it is like
just add water.
Incredible. Your hair is amazing.
Thank you so much. And it's real. People always ask me for extensions. And I'm like, no, those are
so
real.
What do you do? Obviously, you must do something simple for it, because it is.
I tell everybody the same thing. Green juice every day. I have a recipe up on my website. It's the Luminous Elixir. I do it for all my clients when I'm getting them red carpet ready. And I do just add water. And of course the lemon water. So these 3 things, if you don't do other
Do you
things,
blow dry it daily, or do you?
No.
So that I want to know.
I need to be very specific.
So you're obviously you simplify it. You don't do certain things to it. So what do you not do to your hair?
So this might be TMI for some people, but I wash my hair only twice a week. And that kind of allows your natural oils to sort of balance itself out. When you wash your hair every single day, it actually dries your scalp out. It can make you
like
greasy.
mine.
That's beautiful. But yeah, I get a blowout twice a week, and then I just kind of keep it in a bun. This is fresh, so maybe that's why it looks a little shinier right now.
Okay.
But just twice a week, and that's it. And my hair has actually gotten better from doing that, because it's less damage, you know, less environmental damage.
Clearly you are walking on brand. It's no wonder that you have so many incredible clients. Tell us about the services you provide.
Well, I'm obviously a chef and nutritionist, so for some of my clients, I will do their dinner parties. I do a lot of events and functions, and I do, when they need, you know, something for either like a week or 3 days, whether it's a single person or a family. And I do nutrition programs, and that's something that's really at a core of what I do now, because they're curated and they're designed for that person's needs. So whether you're preparing for surgery or recovering, or I have clients that have had, you know, diseases, or even something very simple like, I need to get ready for this movie, I need to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is, I need to detox, I need to get ready for my wedding, anything. We do these programs, so I have everyone tested, and then I curate a program that's, you know, food, supplements, and then obviously wellness. You know, there's different types of modalities that you can do. You know, that's not just nutrition. So it's a little bit of all of it. And I do some energy work for them too.
Master of transformation,
Love
beauty from
it.
the inside out.
Yeah, all about that.
Very impressed. We want to see when your book's coming out for sure. So
Oh,
love
thank
your
you.
work. Because it's one thing to see a beautiful product, and it's another thing to see the person that is really the walking brand behind it, and it's really important you really embody that. So thank you for all your work.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to just add water.
I know, right? So everybody can find you.
Trying it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can find me at my Instagram, which is Chef Serena Boone, or Just Add Water Inc. And of course my website, which is serenaloves.com and justaddwaterinc.com.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so
Stay
much
tuned.
for
We'll be
having
back
me.
with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Roll.
Drum roll, please. Part of the Focus TV family, Ms. Kelly Gores is gracing the cover this month. She is the filmmaker behind the Heal documentary. We have a very special interview with Mr. Mark Teschner, Ellen Racketon, and of course some incredible people. We have a special video about it as well. It's very near and dear to my heart because this issue I actually was the managing editor.
You
Wow.
did so much work,
Jasmine.
Jazz.
Yeah,
Big
thank
shout out
you.
to Andy and you and everyone that's been involved for sure.
Thank you, Andy, for the opportunity to be such an active part in this community.
Speaking of empowerment, Jeslyn, you crushed it.
Right?
Wow,
Boy.
thanks, Rob.
You are a power player, girl.
I really appreciate that. I couldn't do it without the both of you. You are my enlightenment. You are my life school every morning. So thank you for letting me be a part of your community.
So for people that haven't seen the documentary, let's just give them a little overview of what is the documentary. We're going to show the trailer in a minute, but from your perspective, tell them a little bit about it.
Yes, so the film is basically showing people how incredible the body is and how we're designed to heal, and how big of an impact our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions have on our physical body. So as you guys were mentioning before, those 9 healing essentials that people, tapped into, only 2 of them are physical. The rest were mental, emotional, and spiritual. So that I look at as kind of the ratio for what you need. If you want to heal physically, you really need to bring in the emotional and mental factors. And we see it in the placebo effect, how what you believe affects your biochemistry and your physiology. So belief and the mind-body connection is very powerful.
Good morning, La La Land, and we have the huge honor of being with Lillian Garcia.
Oh my God.
This month, gracing the cover of the Influence issue
Look at
of
that.
Focus magazine. Thank you
Oh my
so
God,
much for
that's
being
a beautiful
here.
picture.
So gorgeous.
Holy crow. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is really crazy. I mean,
It's beautiful.
you guys
picture.
have no
Yes.
idea what this means to me.
It does?
Yeah, it
Aw.
does. I tear up like so easy sometimes, but no, this is great.
But you're
Thank
such-
you.
Of course. is the cover. Gorgeous.
Oh my
Gorgeous
God, that is
cover.
so awesome.
And we have another little surprise for you, which is your article within the magazine.
This is
and
so
the cover.
amazing. Holy moly, what is
A
going
real
on? Oh my
biggie.
God.
Oh,
Yes. When I'm out of town, I will leave that for my husband.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It's an absolute honor to welcome to the show McKinley Horton. He is a media mogul, producer, author.
All praises to the
The
God.
Third Shift. What
Yes.
does that mean? The title of your book, a memoir.
Yeah, the third shift is about a lady by the name of Lashana Span that I met 15 years ago, and she told me her story, and I was so amazed about it. She was sexually raped at 9 years old, and she came from a small town in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it was such a dynamic that I wanted to talk about it because I think all of us have different things that we say about our lives, and this lady particularly had something to say, and I wanted to get it out because I think for the American community, sexual molestation and rape goes on without being really talked about a lot. And I think it needed to be talked about in the sense that there had to be right eyes on it, given the opportunity to do something about it, and then also make it mainstream so people understand that this is a problem all across the communities in diversity ways of understanding how to be more perpendicular about the problem.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that, for being so determined to create art that really does change and impact the world. I mean, you yourself have been doing that for years.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tell us about your journey.
Well, basically, I come from North Philadelphia, all my guys like Kevin Hart, Meek Mills, all of us come from the same neighborhood. Second of all, started doing music, playing music when I was 16, 17 for a group called Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Then I wrote songs called Gotta Get You Home Tonight, wrote for Vanessa Williams, Dreamin', wrote with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Then we went down south and ATL, got with these guys called Organized Noise. We created groups called Outkast, Goody Mob. And with a little kid in the background we call Meathead. He's now known as, you guys know, as Future.
Wow.
So, you know, the entertainment side of the business. But the movie side of the business is Peter Rich and Wayne Johnson, Peter Rich and Wayne Johnson, who did the movie Southpaw. My partners James Shapiro and Sean Porter. We got a movie called Ghost Dancer about a guy who taught Fred Astaire, a black guy that was in the 1920s named Buddy Bradley. The story is so significant that we want to bring it to the film industry and bring it to the cinema. Not a Netflix movie. This is a theatrical movie. We're talking about Matthew McConaughey, Tom Hardy, Brie Larson, Elijah Kelly, and we're in process of 2019 of bringing that to the screen.
Incredible.
So today we're talking about transformation through the art of simplicity. It doesn't sound like you're not making it too simple, but there must be a mission that's keeping it simple for you through all these different projects.
My children. And my children will, I don't care if I'm in Bangladesh, Dad, what are you going to do about when you come home? I said, listen, I'm coming. I mean, you know, I go back to being the Philly kid that I am, you know, so with the white tee, you know, the simple things in life to me is knowing how God keeps us simple, knowing what we have to do in interacting with our spiritualness, you know, knowing how we do. Like I met this lovely lady, you know, we met, boom, boom, we're here, you know, so it's no other, or the great Aretha Franklin, you know, how simple she sang, you know, in such a great way of an American, you know, princess queen that she is. I mean, how can you get, you know, more if you just do it the right way? It comes out simplistic.
You've achieved unprecedented success. I mean, you really have. I mean, just hearing all the people that you've worked with and that have worked with and for you, in addition to the faith piece, which I feel like is like just huge, right? That's why we do the show in one way or in one form or another. What would you say has attributed most to your success so far? Is there anything that you would attribute in addition to the faith piece?
I got hit in the chest with a .350 from a Magnum when I was 20 years old. And when I was laying up in intensive care for 4 weeks, I lost 7 liters of blood. And it was 4 of us in intensive care. And all I remember is that I could look over and see them, and I was the only one to come out of there. Okay, I had the priest reading last rite to me, Father Solomon. I never forget, in Staten Island, New York. And it gave me a sense of understanding how long we really have here. You know what I mean? This is not a dress rehearsal. This is what we do. And if we don't take advantage of what God gave us to do, forget about it.
Amen to that. Absolutely.
The blessing does often come in the hard times. So that triumph is something that we teach in here a lot about. Our purpose is born out of those hard times. So what would you say for somebody who hasn't had a wake-up call like that? What would you tell them out there? But somebody who's desiring to have a great life like yours, what would you say?
I'm not going to do a 50 Cent say get the strap. I'm not going to get the strap.
I feel like 50 do that. Yeah.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing about what someone's journey has to be is how to understand the path. If it comes from the hoods, if it comes from Beverly Hoods, if it comes from Stinton, if it comes from South, it's still the same thing. The leadership has to be better, you know, in the way we simplify. It's simple, you know, make simplicity come together. I think you have to have love, and I think you have to have a deep-hearted belief that, you know, something's always going to be better for you every day. I mean, I think that's the natural way to understand anything in love, you know, love.
Where's that faith and love come from for you? Is it just something you were born with? Does it come from your family? Is it?
Well, there's two things. There's God-made and there's man-made. I think I was God-made. I'm not fornicating man-made gay.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I come from the natural. I come from the muscle, for real. And by my father, you know, who, you know, came from the muscle, taught me how to be, you know, right to people. You know, he was a sergeant in the war, and I came up with a master sergeant. So, you know, it's like John McCain, you know, you, a great man like that, you know, how can you not be a great kid? You know, but you're going to mess up. It's when you're going to mess up, but the simple things is like Lashana's audiobook. It's like, you know, how she stood the time and went through the first and second and got to her third shift of life where it blossomed. And I think all of us got those shifts. You know, in 1 minute we, you know, riding a tricycle, next minute we on a bicycle, next minute we in a car. You know, we gonna crash once in a while, you know what I mean? But when we do get there, we gotta know what to do. You know, we gotta understand how to come back. And reinventing ourselves every day is the most important part of understanding simplicity.
In this third shift, what's next for you, McKinley?
In this third shift, what's next for me? That's a good question. I guess to continue to help my children. I think you know I'm like you never stop helping your children. You know that's really where I'm at. Kingza, Julian, Olivia, Christian, Dominique, and my other two.
You got 7?
No, but I you know 2 by Lashana. Gotcha. That, you know what I mean? Gotcha. So you know.
What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to be known for?
A kid from North Philly. Real simple. That's it.
Changing the world.
Yeah, and coming up to the, you know, Max's Cheesesteak and, you know, put my, you know, picture up in Broad and Erie, next to Kevin's. Yeah. And Meeks.
Is that
yeah, Kevin and Meek, you know, we all come from the same neighborhood. So Teddy Pendergrass came from that neighborhood. Bill Cosby came from that neighborhood. You know, Willie came from, you know, West Philly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, serious, there's a difference. But, you know, incredible. You look at, I mean, Philadelphia, look, I mean, we all in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? We're not New York, but we simplistic guys, you never know. You never know what you have to, what God put in your life to do. You never know, and that's really the truth. You never know.
You never know. God put us in the same elevator. That is really how we met. It's very well. And this man came in the elevator, and you were such a light. He was so excited. Book signing just happened at Barnes & Noble, and you know, great things are happening for your film. And he was just celebrating life. I mean, you were so radiant, and I was just drawn to you. And we connected, and he shared with me about the third shift, and I said, we met for a reason. Could you? I sent him a text message. We connected. I was like, "Could you come on my show? I want to tell your story."
That is incredible.
That's divine.
You know, because what is incredible.
Kismet. Simplicity, serendipity is all going on right here. Thank you so much for sharing your little glimpse into your life. Looking forward to seeing all of your work. So,
yeah,
we will be right back.
Stay tuned. We'll be back.
So appreciate you. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We're live from Los Angeles. We just had a fantastic conversation with really epic guests. And today the topic has really been simplicity. And I feel like a huge part of simplicity is just really being purpose-driven and intentional about your life in general. That helps you to simplify almost every area of your life. And so the question, part of the question of today is, you know, what's the one thing that you feel most committed to sharing with other people that you feel like has helped you most in your own life? So is there one thing that you feel very purpose-driven around, committed to, that you would just like to share with other people so they can live a simpler, happier life?
Yeah. I would say start with intention, start with what you want the most right now, and build your home, your life around that.
Love that, yeah.
Breathe.
Oh.
I need that.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
And that's all you need to get through anything is to breathe.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Isn't it incredible that we breathe even without knowing it? It's so important to remember that the universe, our body is God, is got us. Just sit with that for a minute is the most powerful thing I think you can do.
Exactly. Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of your body and your health it's not a luxury, it's a privilege, and it's an act of love. So, I think that we can do that in every way, just physically and mindfully.
Love it.
Love yourself, just add water.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I would say share yourself. Share your time, your talents, your resources. The universe needs what you have to offer, so share yourself.
You have been and you always will be everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill the desires of your heart, Los Angeles. We are Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show. You can find us Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available as a podcast on iTunes.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. Have a beautiful day. Please like, share, and comment. Have a great transformational